There are hit songs, and then there are songs that change everything. I'm a vocal coach, and today I'm going to show you 6 reasons that Michael Jackson's Thriller changed pop music forever. Because this isn't just good singing.
It's only a movie.
It's not funny.
You were scared, weren't you?
I wasn't that scared.
Yeah, you were scared.
She was scared.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moon.
Listen to those sounds, they're so cool.
That almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze, and so it looks you right between your eyes. You're paralyzed.
The first thing we have to talk about is those little vocalizations, and you can't talk about Michael Jackson without talking about them, but these ones, they're specific. These techniques weren't Michael Jackson's invention. James Brown had been using grunts and screams as percussion since the 1950s. Michael Jackson himself had been experimenting with them at age 15 in the Jackson 5. But Michael Jackson did 3 things differently. First of all, he made them modular. He wasn't making these noises in response to emotion like James Brown. He had these little vocal pieces that he could insert into all of his tracks again and again.
All through the night.
Think of it like a producer's signature drum beat. He had vocal trademarks that he inserted into each of his tracks. Secondly, he made them rhythmic. James Brown's were rhythmic, but they were loose and conversational with the band. Michael Jackson's were intentional and constructed.
Demons closing on every side. They will possess you.
The voice stopped being a thing layered on top of the rhythm section. It became part of it. Thirdly, he made them so creative, and Thriller is the perfect example of this. Listen to this moment at the start of the music video.
Are you alright?
Get away!
Yikes. I love that little yip that he makes when he first turns into the werewolf, and he recycles that sound again and again throughout the song.
It's close to midnight. Something evil's lurking in the dark.
His voice here is functioning as horror movie sound effects. If he just had a standard set of mannerisms, that would get boring. It would be a brand. But he has a set here that he can color to the different songs. That is artistry. And after the success of this album, a pop star's sound was not only seen as their tone and their style, but also the sounds that they make in between the notes. Think of Jessie J's Hey, or Cardi B's you know the sound. But it's not just about brand. It's a genius vocal move for more than that. Let's listen to some more, and I'll tell you about it.
You're paralyzed. You hear the door slam and realize there's nowhere left to run. You feel the cold hand and wonder if you ever see the sun. You close your eyes and hope that this is just imagination. Girl, but all the while you hear a creature creeping up behind.
I love how he plays with the rhythm here. It's playful.
Out to get you. There's demons closing in on every side. They will possess you unless you change that number.
I can't even make that noise. It's so specific.
And now is the time for you and I to cuddle close together. Yeah. All through the night, I'll save you from the terror on the screen.
over it as well. Okay, so Thriller is of course a funky horror-themed song, but that is not how the whole Thriller album is. Michael's vocal stamps let him do something that other artists couldn't. For example, Frank Sinatra is Frank Sinatra. He sings jazz. He can't really go into rock music. And even chameleons like Bowie had to change their entire image to sing in lots of different genres. Michael Jackson, he had a different way of doing things. Those vocal stamps served as a constant through line, so he could change the music dramatically around him. That's how the Thriller album could move from the soft McCartney duet of The Girl Is Mine to Beat It to Thriller, all in a single album while maintaining his artist image. And this is now the default model. With or without vocal stamps, it gave artists permission. Think of Beyonce's Lemonade, where she moves from country to R&B to ballads to gospel in a single album. Or how Bruno Mars can move from mariachi to power ballads in his latest album, partially because he carries his Michael Jackson-inspired whoop with him. Alright, this next bit is fun. That's a bit weird.
Darkness falls across the land.
It's so clever.
Midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down will stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell.
If you put a spoken word section in any pop song, it might feel a little bit strange, but it's because he set up the storytelling with his voice. Let me show you what I mean.
Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream.
This bit is perfect to me. I love this line because it's a build from the previous line. You're getting the feeling of a scream, but it's not too loud because the person is trying to scream and they can't actually get the scream out. But my favourite part about it is the breath at the end of scream.
You try to scream, but
I love that because it's the sound design of someone trying to scream but not being able to. And then the terror line after that is fantastic because the rhythm of it echoes the way that your breath is when you're scared.
but terror takes the sound before you make it.
And make it wobbles like how your voice wobbles when you're really scared. Now listen to how he sings cold here. This is the best example.
You feel the cold and wonder if you ever see the sun.
That cold feels so cold, and by the time that the monologue arrives, he set it up as a storytelling piece, not just something that he sings. And so many theatrical pop artists who've come since, whether it be Lady Gaga, Billie Eilish, Justin Timberlake, use this type of storytelling, and they all cite him as an influence. This is so epic.
The foulest stench is in the air. The funk.
This section has some epic cinematography, and we cannot skip why this is so important. Michael had big plans for this 14-minute epic mini movie music video, but he had a problem. His label, Epic, which were a part of CBS, they saw this song as old news because it had already been out for a year, so they only wanted to chip in $100,000. That sounds like a lot, but for a music video of this size, It's nowhere near enough. Their caution, unfortunately, did make some sense. Just months earlier, MTV had resisted playing Beat It and Billie Jean with accusations that their rock format didn't suit black artists. MTV eventually caved under pressure from CBS, but they'd had to work hard to get Michael played at all. So Michael, John Landis, who was the director, and Michael's manager, John Branca, got creative. They packaged the video together with a making of documentary, and this was the first ever of this type. Then they sold it to MTV and Showtime, who financed the music video. And when Thriller premiered, it changed everything. People loved it, and MTV started playing it 2 times an hour. And of course, the album went straight up to #1 for 17 weeks straight. This music video was groundbreaking in so many ways. It was self-funded, it was cinematic, and it was paired with the first ever behind-the-scenes documentary. Not only was the color barrier broken, but Michael Jackson became MTV's biggest star. And the artist that MTV once hesitated to play transformed the channel into the center of pop culture. Oh, and it just changed the entire format of music videos from low-budget promotional clips to cinematic events. Yeah, not bad for a self-funded music video.
The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom.
I love
And though you
how the vocals
fight to
interweave.
stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller.
Why is Vincent Price's vocals so effective? There's some really amazing science behind this that I cannot wait to share with you. Now, by this point, Vincent's voice had been a recognizable voice in horror for over 30 years. And of course, you can hear the acting in every single word. Hear how he makes shiver sound like a shiver.
Your body starts to shiver.
But there is something else. His voice is lower, and our brains are hardwired to hear lower voices as a bigger body.
Darkness falls across the land.
In many cases, we read that as authority and trust, something to be safe around, but his voice feels like a threat. Why is that? You can hear the vibrations of his vocal cords.
To terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
In normal speech, our brain integrates the wobbles of the vocal cords into one continuous pitch. You can't hear those vibrations. But when it gets lower, below 70 hertz, we start to hear each of those waves.
The evil of the thriller.
Why is that scary? Well, most large predators growl in a way that you can hear those individual vibrations of the vocal cords. Think of bears or lions. Alright, the next section is the dance, and this ties in so well.
The thriller.
Oh gosh. There he goes. This is so groundbreaking. So groundbreaking as well. We all know at least a little bit of it, right? You know this stuff. sharply move, and there's zombies. That's important. Another huge influence on the pop world is how the visuals and the vocals move as one. Everything that we've talked about in the vocals, it is here in this choreography. So, the dance has a tag. It has these sharp elbows and little movements, just like the vocal stamps. He is creative with his moves. It's very him, but it's also zombie-ish. He put his own dance pattern onto zombies, which changed how we saw zombies forever. Before this, they were just uncoordinated, full of decay, moving slowly. He showed us that zombies could be exuberant. Just like he is a fantastic storyteller vocally, this is inspired by the theatre. The dance moves come from Broadway using Broadway choreographer Michael Peters. Everything about Michael Jackson is so constructed, but this hasn't always been the case. I have just done an analysis of him as a child. It is so phenomenal. Please do check that out at the end. And I would love to know if you'd like me to cover any more MJ songs, since I'm on the MJ train. Whew. Moment is so good.
No one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's dead. Thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a thriller.
Oh, this chorus. It is so important and it's kind of thrilling, isn't it? Excuse the pun. Actually, don't excuse it. I think it's wonderful. His voice here, it is high, it is balanced, it's controlled, it has the perfect amount of grit on it that gives it that rocky edge.
Cause this is thriller night. And no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's dead.
And he worked with a vocal coach called Seth Riggs. He is a massive vocal coach in the singing space. His whole idea is that the singing voice should feel as natural as your speaking voice.
Now it's official.
And it was all about keeping the voice box in the same place as it would be when you speak. Hence, it was called speech level singing. The chorus of Thriller is the most textbook demonstration. It has a stable larynx and that makes it feel super relaxed as he goes up into those beautiful soaring high notes. Now, voice science has refined a few of the specifics around speech level singing. It is now considered that you can move your larynx a little bit more than the strict rules of speech level singing, but these principles can be a really useful target and has shaped how most modern pop and contemporary vocal coaches teach today. So when you hear the chorus of Thriller, you're not just hearing good singing, you're hearing the sound of an entire school of vocal training sung by its most famous and possibly most accurate student.
'Cause I can feel you more than any gold would ever dare try. So let me hold you tight and share up together. 'Cause this is Thriller night. Girl, I can feel you more than any gold would ever dare try. So let me hold you tight and share up together.
She's off. Goodbye. How did Michael Jackson and Thriller change pop music forever? 6 things. Signature vocal stamps, genre fluidity, vocal storytelling, dance and vocals working as one, music videos, and a chorus that became a textbook for an entire school of vocal training. The result? A huge influence on how every artist uses their voice. If you like this, you might like some of these, and here is an analysis of young MJ. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!